It is time for video game. There we go. Now, unfortunately, I want to have this stream hopefully available tonight, but that's probably not going to happen. The VOD, I mean. Ah, yes. What up, gamers? Sorry, my videos have been a little all over the place lately. Most of all, it's got to do with just my sleeping schedule being so messed up. Okay. I think I already still got all my martial stuff done, so I don't know if we'll be able to do too much with that, but maybe we can get some of the mysticism. We'll see. Yeah, I still can't do this one. You want out, Joe? Yeah, we are multi-streaming, so hello Twitch, YouTube, and maybe like one person on Kick, if ever. Okay, let's see. So we could work on karma. Bleh. We could work on these, just because I heard these are pretty good. In particular, this one. Is there really not a... No, there is a magic ally. Okay, so let's try and go for the fire one, just because it's gonna be disgusting. Do we need to be in a higher Uber world? I don't think so, but it doesn't really matter either. Hey, Spooky Scythe, one and only. Pep, Trappy, Dayton, Murda, Cucumber, Kazu, and Skeletor. What up? Also, hi, Miss Red. Yeah, I saw you in the club world. Yeah, sorry this stream is so late. I was gonna stream earlier, but like I said, like my sleep schedule has just been messed up. Not messed up. I've just been like on a night shift, so I basically like slept in, and by the time I woke up, you know, I go to the gym first thing in the morning. Well, it's not morning, but today it just so happened where it was like I went to the gym and then Mariko was already coming home, so it's like, oh, well, we gotta figure something out for supper. Oh yeah, I guess I'll do the gym quest too, that's true. Let me finish this dungeon. I don't even know why I'm doing this dungeon, come to think of it. So, join world. Oh, nice. 17 months, one and only. Appreciate it. Been busy, haven't had time to stop by. Well, I mean, that's okay. I haven't been streaming that much. Still here enjoying the content. Keep it up. Thank you very much, my dude. Appreciate you. Yeah, full transparency. I was gonna catch up on some recording and stuff yesterday, but I caught up on editing instead. Spent like maybe five hours catching up on editing stuff, and then a buddy of mine really wanted to try Craftopia, which I tried it in the past and it was pretty jank. But the most recent versions are actually really good. We we were playing it for 5 hours straight last night. There's a part of me that's like, oh god, I don't want to edit 5 hours worth of Craftopia, and then I'm thinking, maybe I'll just start a new world tonight and just stream it instead from the very get-go. Because I want to do a Craftopia series. I didn't think that I would, but it's a good time. I was very surprised. It's basically like Zelda plagiarism, the game. Like, I don't know how they get away with ripping off, like, there's just bokoblins and all sorts of Zelda stuff in it. Which is funny. And then Genshin Impact rip-off stuff, like, it's just... It's one of those crappy indie games that is kind of janky and broken, but I don't know. It's very fast paced, surprisingly. So, I mean, look at me and Trove. I like fast paced video games. Finally got all my classes to level 30 and I managed to do back to back with all of them at 99.99%. Nice, misread. GG. What was your least favorite class to level up? Mine was Fey Trickster back in the day. Oh, I think I mentioned this once before, but fun fact for the quest that wants you to do the, I think we already did it, but like travel X amount of blocks, right? Like walk or whatever. If you go like far out and then you respawn, you bringing your corpse back to the respawn point actually counts as traveling. Just FYI, if we ever have a quest like that show up again, you can just do that to cheese it. Die, please? I guess because we're in U11. I don't know how long today's stream's gonna be. A minimum hour, but if it's chill, we'll just keep at it. Bruce Lee T, thank you very much. I will heart that. Can't stick around for the stream, but cheers. Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Have a good night, day, whatever it is for you. Appreciate it. Slowly paying off Rise of the Ronin. Oh, God. Yeah, so for those that don't know what we're doing, right now I'm basically just farming for a very specific enemy type that is related to mysticism. This guy right here. As we kill them, they give us a specific type of fire mana, and then we're going to use that to craft the ally. Hopefully, we'll do that today. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Pretty expensive. Dawnlands. That's a name. That's a game name I haven't heard in a while. Which one is that again? Dawnlands. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know that this was on PC. Did it just come out? No, it didn't. Interesting. Because I had like the... I don't know if I had Dawnlands on like my mobile or something. I never got around to playing it just because it was so big and required multiple logins and all that crap. But yeah, that one's definitely just a Genshin ripoff. Craftopia is like kind of... You'll see, because I'll cover it on the channel. But essentially, it's like... It's very much like a mobile game in terms of like, they can be like, oh, we've got all of these features in the game with none of them being like fully fleshed out. It's just for the clickbait. But it's a PC game first and foremost. And you can play with up to like 32 people and everything. So it's like, despite the fact that it has crafting in the name, the crafting is extremely fast, which I appreciate. Like, oh, you need wood? Just go chop down like 1 or 2 trees and you already got enough. Like the one thing that I hate about like so many crafting games is that you guys will understand what I'm talking about here. A lot of games, take Lego Fortnite as an example. That's probably the most recent one. Where what they do to inflate the game time and pad it out is it'll be like, oh, you need 5 tree logs in order to craft this item. And then later it's like, okay, so now you need 10 tree logs to craft this item. Okay, now you need 20 tree logs, but it's a special tree that you need a pre-existing tool in order to chop down in the first place. You know, like it makes it cost more and more and more and more and more while not giving more. So it just ends up like inflating the game time and making it take too long. Craftopia doesn't have that problem, which is what I really appreciated about it. Like no matter what, you'd get up to like, I don't know, last night we got up to like, oh, silver armor. And it's like, requires silver ore. And it's like, I only had to farm for like 10 minutes. Same as all the other ore. Excuse me for rambling about it. I was just really surprised. But anyways, where'd you get the hit marker mod? That is an unreleased mod from Chronicle, unless he's released it by now, but it's gonna end up being a damage calculator. He is working on making it public. I don't know if he's done it yet or not. It comes with the DPS that you're seeing in the bottom right whenever I'm attacking. Bottom right of my character. Putting your kid through college. I mean, that's gonna take a long time before then, Spooky. Gotta get a kid first. Knight followed by Revenant. Both are left click, with Revenant having an extra step of pressing one. Yeah, I feel that. Those weren't too bad for me. Like, I don't know. I think because Fey Trickster, especially at the time, like, it was all about, like, the movement abilities of the class were just so annoying. But, yeah, Knight kind of sucked back in the day, too, because it was just spamming number 1. Now, at least you just hold left click, which is so much more interesting. Brr. Also, to the other person that asked, no, this isn't an event. This is just related to the mystic arts profession. Like, you can actually grind all of this elemental magic right now, but you don't need to, because the only time that you ever need it is when you're maxed out, which I am. The problem is, this biome sucks. That's kind of why I want to do it first, if I can. But it really depends, like, how many of the big enemies we have spawn, because they're the ones, like, when we kill one of those guys, they have a chance of turning into, like, going big mode, and then that one will actually drop a lot more. Also, yeah, Skeletor, Miss Rhett was talking about, like, grinding all her classes to 30, so that's why I was wondering, like, what was the least favorite. Not favorite class. Because otherwise, yes, Shadowhunter is definitely mine. It was, I'll say this, it was super slow and tedious to grind Shadowhunter max level back in the day. Because back when I played, there was no class gems. Back when I grinded the class, I should say. But I don't know if it was necessarily, like, boring. Like, I don't know, Shadowhunter was just always one of my favorites. I'm pretty confident, like, he was always my main, wasn't he? I mean, aside from Draco and maybe Tomb Raiser and all sorts of stuff along the way, but if I'm not mistaken, like, that was kind of the big issue with Shadowhunter back in the day, was there was a lot of haters. You know, there was a big disconnect between me and my community with Trove and then the tryhards that weren't good enough for World of Warcraft, so they came to Trove and tried to act like this game was complicated. And I just remember, like, when they put out the Mantle of Power update and all the class gems and everything like that, and everyone on the forums was, like, super hard trying to attack the Shadowhunter, talk about, like, oh, it's too powerful, because it was my favorite, you know? They just wanted it to be nerfed because of that. Despite the fact that I still distinctly remember, even back then, like, I actually tested out all the characters and I was like, no, it's not too powerful. You guys are underestimating the other classes. Funny how, like, all these other people are considered, like, the tryhards and min-maxing and coefficiency and all that crap. And then at the end of the day, I'm, like, the most knowledgeable. over them, not nowadays. Trove is very different now. You know, Trove itself is in a really good place, I'd say. Like, there's not really too much in terms of, like, just random haters and stuff, and in general, everyone's just sharing information. And I'm not saying that I get everything right all the time. I certainly don't anymore, because I don't really care that much. I'm talking... Trove's in a good place, taxes update. No, I'm talking, like, the community. What little community we have. No, the game itself is in a horrible place at the moment. I still think that there's enough content and things to do, for sure, but so help me. Give me a new class. Give me something to actually worth grinding. Bro, at this point, I would be, like, I know most people would be pissed about it. I'd be okay if they just increased level cap to 50. I'd just be like, I don't care. Gives me something to grind. How do you put the map at the top? Yeah, mini-map mod, as Miss Rhett said. And yes, Shadowhunter kind of sucks until you get the class gem. He's actually a lot better now. Like, Lots of us haven't experienced Shadowhunter without his class gem anymore since the rework. But since the rework, he actually does like insane damage with his left click. It's not as fun, but he's a lot more balanced now. I'm really glad that they took the extra effort to make Shadowhunter like actually, hello? Actually really good and balanced in all regards, instead of dialing it back constantly, like the Gunslinger. I guess there's just not enough main gunslingers anymore or something. I don't know. I still remember like how disappointing it was when they had the Gunslinger on the test server. People just kept saying, this class sucks, it's still too weak. And the devs were just like, ah, put the update out. Whereas the Shadowhunter took like, he took a good few weeks to get refined on the test server. It's not like Gunslinger is like unplayable right now. It's just he still unanimously just kind of sucks. And it's disappointing. Yep, you can get crystal gems from the Everdark now, which there's actually a purpose in going to U9. But it also means leveling up and getting a good class gem is not fun. Because now there's even more variables for it to be the wrong type. While grinding all my classes, I was surprised by Chloro, Lunar, and Candy Barb. They were more fun than I gave them credit. Barb and Lunar especially. Yeah, they're both really fun because they're really fast. And a lot of their abilities, like, they don't have a very long animation wind-up, you know? Like, that's kind of a big problem with a lot of characters I find in Trove, and the classes that I stay away from are usually the ones that have, like, very repetitious, boring animations. Like, I still think that they should overhaul a little bit of the combat and a little bit of the animations. Like, I don't think that there's a purpose to having a flask drinking animation, or more particularly like throwing down your trap at Shadowhunter and stuff, because all of that just takes away from your total DPS. Because when you're throwing down your number one, that's just a few extra seconds that don't go towards your attack animation. Or better yet, they should make it like the Neon Ninja. Fun fact, Neon Ninja's throw animation actually scales off of attack speed. He's one of the only classes that does it. I don't know why. All the other classes could really benefit from having attack speed like actually increase their animations, because then even Shadowhunter would benefit. I mean, Shadowhunter kind of benefits right now just because your ultimate gets you know, attack animation or attack speed, but still, I think it'd be a lot cooler if you could just you know, throw down your traps like super quick. But that's why with Neon Ninja, he's one of the bigger, like, still one of the best speed farmers, just because you can spam bombs super quick because the attack speed. I don't know if any other classes even have that, come to think of it, which, all right. Maybe it's something related to melee characters. I should test that out. But I don't know. Something they should and could easily port to all the era characters is the real bottom line. Still just grind stellar gems, then upgrade them. Yeah, me too, Spooky, but I mean, it's not like I'm upgrading gems anytime soon. Quick question, how do you go from 45k power rank to 47,300 power rank? Well, I'm not at 47,300. That is when you're like scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of you need to grind for mastery. You need to have all the dragons, you need to have your gems fully augmented. Which means you essentially have to get the star chart, just because that's going to end up unlocking more items that give you more mastery. It's the same as how what I'm really lacking right now is fishing. I'm very behind on that. Because I already grinded my 15k fish badge, and then for whatever reason last year they added fishing 2.0, even though nobody asked. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not grinding more fish. Fool me once. Oh, do all the classes get affected by the bomb throwing animation now? Like with attack speed? I don't think that's the case. I can probably double check though. Maybe my information is dated. I just remember it used to be something that was exclusive. Look, oh my god. Okay, let's... You know what? It would probably be faster just to grind this. Because this tome completes pretty quick, and it gives 40 of each element each time. So, you know what? The true endgame of mysticism is just grinding dungeons. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna touch fishing, dude. Like, I already did the fishing, so it's like, I don't want to do it again, you know? Also, hey, Bobby. Bobby, I was thinking, by the way, I kind of was talking briefly about Craftopia. I'm thinking that maybe tonight, if we have time, we'll just start a new world. I know it kind of sucks. We can still use our existing characters, but I think we'll start a new world just so that I can stream it. Because honestly, I'd rather just start from scratch than bother editing 5 hours of video. But we'll see. Whoa. Die, you stupid parakeet. Is that even a dungeon boss? No, it wasn't. This one is, though. Spent 7 hours getting a trophy of the wide-eyed noob fish. Yeah, I heard about that as well from a lot of people that did do the fishing. It's like, so what I will say is the fishing is pretty much like, it's just as bad as it used to be, but now there's a lot more rewards like sprinkled in between. You still basically have to get like 15k fish. Dear God, you stupid video game. What is even happening? How did I jump to the left when I just dropped down from the portal? Am I not in here? Is that what's going on? Godforsaken game, dude. When can I uninstall? Maybe when Hytale comes out. Not really, but... Artemis. So fun fact. Saying there's a Pokemon multiplayer shooting game coming out. Forgot the name. Will you try it out? You're talking about Pal World. And it's actually made by the same devs who made Craftopia, the other game that I'm talking about. So I'm planning on doing, like, we're gonna do a Craftopia series. I don't know if we'll beat the game because it's one of those games that doesn't really have an end per se. You kind of just keep grinding and keep getting stronger, which I like it because of that. But my point being is Pal World's just gonna be a separate thing, in which case, yeah, I'm gonna play that. You know how people are still using the AU hotbar? I don't know what hotbar that is. I'm assuming like people just still have like a super old mod that's not public anymore. That's a lot of the mods that I use aren't public anymore either. And yes, Hytale was announced by a long time ago. It wasn't announced by Riot Games. So what actually happened with Hytale and why it's taking so godforsaken long for them to develop is both good and bad. Like, it's bad because we all want to play the game. But in the long run, so what happened was they released that Hytale trailer, and basically it was just them putting their hook in the water, right? And then Riot Games bought them out because they are the only company that seems to recognize that there's not enough Minecraft clones in the world. Not that it's a Minecraft clone, but point is, Riot Games is now their publisher, so Hytale basically just has infinite money. And and what happened was they were originally developing Hytale on Java because, you know, Hytale was originally being made by the Hypixel team, so Minecraft modders. So they're very familiar with Java and so on and so forth. Riot, thankfully, told them, nah, dog, you're going to create a game engine from the ground up so that this game can simultaneously launch on consoles and actually be crossplay and not run like poop. So that's why it's taking so long for the game to be made, because they basically had to make a game engine just to support it. Which sucks for us that want to play the game, but at the same time, I think it's a smart decision in the long run. Because that means we'll all be able to just play the game. It's going to have crossplay and everything, you know, like that's... Because the game's going to be huge. And thankfully Riot like recognized that and is just like, oh no you don't, you're not cutting corners. On top of that, Riot's also making their League of Legends MMO, which I'm really pumped for. I hope we get to see that sometime soon. The funny thing about Hytale is there was jokes when it was first teased how basically the meme is going to come true and we're going to see GTA 6 before we see Hytale come out. So that's funny. Oh yeah, I think the MMO for League of Legends, especially with what was the series that they had? Valorant or Valor or something? I forget what it was called. God, the Netflix show. Really good story, really good writing. Arcane, thank you. But yeah, apparently like my buddy who used to play League back in the day said how like, oh yeah, their writing is really good, like just across the board. And so it's like, dude, I'll take an MMO that actually has like really good solid writing and characters. Heck yeah. Yeah, I know that we've got season 2 for Arcane coming this year, so I'm pumped. That's still one of the best shows on Netflix right now. I'm actually more excited though that Doro Hey Doro got season 2 announced. Obviously. We want Hytale Bedrock Edition. No, I know, like it's gonna be good that we'll have it actually be like on a functional game engine in the long run, I think. Especially it being crossplay, right? Like that means that we're not really gonna be suffering with low player counts. Now, the one thing that I'm curious about with Hytale is, are they going to end up having one centralized MMO server? Or is it going to be more like Minecraft where it's all condensed like player run servers? In which case there's an appeal to that because it technically means there's infinite content and they're going to have like in-game modding tools and all of this stuff. World edit, but like better, which I'm excited for because I love building things. It's just, I got tired of building things in Trove. But being able to have like world edit and stuff and be able to like, basically they're doing all of the things that I wish they did with Trove. Like, for example, you'll be able to just design dungeons and stuff and then you can just implement it into the generation, like right then and there. I wonder whether or not they'll, you know, let you submit it into like a public pool or something like that, because you know me, man, I'm just gonna be like, if nobody made samurai armor in Hytale, I'm gonna do it myself. Their modding tools seem really intuitive and straightforward, so it's like I'll actually like, I'll try to dip my toe in that. I'm pretty confident they're already going to have some samurai stuff though, because they do have some Japanese inspired dungeons that they showed in their blog post like a couple years back. Because their blog posts now suck. Yeah, that's what I heard as well, Oracle. And what I'm more so getting at, not like... So for people on Twitch, Oracle's saying, Hytale is supposedly going to be a totally community-run design process after the base game release. Which, yes, cool, awesome. The thing is, I don't, like, what I'm wondering is whether or not there's going to be, like, one central server and then a bunch of user servers, you know? Because they kind of implied that there's going to be, like, big MMO-sized servers for Hytale. And I would love that. Because otherwise, like, there is the possibility I could start like a world with like community and stuff, like let you guys in. But, you know, then it's like something I have to monitor and manage and this. Like, unless they have good anti-griefing tools and stuff. Thanks, Bosco. Yeah, have a good one, man. Path of Exile has a player map modification with legendary of choice creation. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Path of Exile too. I didn't get into the end game of Path of Exile 1, and I'm not interested. I know it's good. I know it's very well thought out and smart. But yeah, I'm really excited for Path of Exile 2 now. I need to get my stupid potion on my hotbar. I don't know if this is faster in terms of grinding the elemental gem dust, but at the very least, this will give me all of the gem dust. Excuse me? Wait. Oh, that's not my portal. Where was my portal? Of course, it's up here. I love this video game. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the wings that I'm using, don't even worry about them because you'll never get them. No, really. They're from the Paragon Pinatas. They're like the rarest wings in the game. You can buy them on the player market, but good luck. Why are some of these items not picking up, bro? I don't need the stellar, it doesn't matter anyway. That's weird. Is that a visual glitch, or did that one just not register the kill? Stay still, you scumbag. Jesus. Yeah, weird. Or is that how tomes always work with 5-star dungeons? Do you not slowly complete them on all of the minor objectives? You only complete it when the 5-star gets defeated. I just never noticed. That might have just been a visual glitch, because I noticed like when I killed that cursed skull, it didn't give me any towards the XP. That dungeon sucks. That would be weird. Whee! Oh, I see. So it did give me it all at once, but it was like a big chunk, actually, in comparison. We got 2 5-stars right here. Let's go. Remember when the rewards for 5-star dungeons were based on the finishing time? Yes, I know. And now they still have a timer, but it doesn't make any sense as far as the game's code is concerned because it doesn't do anything. Yup. When 5-star dungeons were actually good. Those 5-star dungeons have been some of the most fun I've had recently. Now that I'm able to freely use any class I want. Like, give me more 5 stars in every biome. I know. I agree, Miss Rhett. Doing dungeons, and especially 5-star dungeons, I agree. Like, it's a lot of fun. Because the grinding is the best part of the game. I don't know why they refuse to make U11 have dungeons, like 5-star dungeons in every biome. Probably just because, you know, lazy. Or just cutting corners, let's be real. Because I'm sure plenty of players would design 5-star dungeons for all the biomes, and I'd love it if we could actually, like, grind U11. But the problem is we still can't. We still just go to the stupid geode surface. Because it's the only place that's efficient enough. Which is, disappointing. Hey, Ender. Whoa. Easy there, game. Easy. Wait, what burger? Oh, because they give the movement speed. Right. Yeah, so he's saying the best wings are the ones in the altar of martial artistry in the hub because those wings give 110 movement speed. Yeah, technically. It's a pretty cool set of wings as well. It's just grinding martial arts is freaking boring, dude. One of my buddies showed me like what those wings look like. It's basically like a glider. And it's like a 3D object type thing. I'll get them, like I'll end up getting them eventually. Yeah, see? We don't actually get the tome done for each of these individual objectives. We only get it for the 5-star itself. That's lame. Maybe it's not as fast to grind dungeons then. Might be faster to just do... Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. I'm just trying to complete tomes. Why am I in U11? Let me just get all these guys, because there just happens to be a bunch of them. And mana is mana. Hit detection is awful today. Coming day 1 to Xbox Game Pass. Hello, there you are. What is this chain of these enemies, bro? There's so many of them. There we go. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, then we still get the same amount of XP towards the book in Novice, as far as I know. Kind of boring, but whatever. Did I miss an update? I don't think so. Oh, I should double check. Did we complete all of those? Yeah. The weight training quests. Devs are reading my mind. Which, goddamn, dude. Like, I had, like, the best chest exercise that, like... My chest workout is freaking killer now. Like, holy crap. I'm still refining all my other exercises, but I think my chest one is, like, pretty much perfect. Just the other day, like, I changed up, like, just one extra exercise and it made all the difference. I'm excited for when I do, like, an updated, like, my workout kind of video, you know? Where is this guy? Ow? Okay, let's see. I probably should have just ignored this dungeon. Yeah, I don't need any of the loot, so let's just be real. Just skip. The mount that I'm using is Volatile Bounder. It is gotten from Bomber Royale, unfortunately. So good luck. I wonder if I can do a higher Uber just so that I actually see like the bosses. Let's do U1. Because those elite mobs don't actually even account. They don't even account as elites, so you don't see them on your boss radar. Someone's using Alburn. Hello, Mr. Boy. How you doing, man? Message you. Discord told me you were streaming. Yes, I did, dude. Yeah, I know you don't frequent the channel as much, but I even had like a dedicated video I put out like a couple days ago that was like, Dordo, hey Dordo's getting a season 2. Watch this anime, bro. Yeah, I'm super pumped. It's crazy, dude. That anime came from 2020. Like, it's been 4 years. But I guess they were busy on Attack on Titan. Because it's the same people involved. And now that Attack on Titan's done and Chainsaw Man's done and stuff, they're like, ah, yes. We can finally start working on this weirdo anime again. Yes, please. Actually, I wonder if tomes are better done in delves. Delves suck. But let's just not bother. Yeah, that's all I did for a lot of my Bomber Royale stuff, is I just grinded the Blast Tome. I think I did that for my Bomber Dragon. Because, yeah. Not the biggest fan of Bomber Royale right now. It's in a pretty bad place at the moment. prefer mysticism more than the martial arts, not because of the crafting, because the mana enemies fighting those giants is awesome. No, I know, like, even beyond the grind, I think that the magic, like mysticism, fits a lot better with Trove's grind. Because with the mana, it kind of like all fuels into every aspect of the game. But then the problem is with martial arts, you're kind of just stuck like wandering around pressing E and like focusing on getting karma, which is annoying. Wish you could turn burnt coins into blast coins? Yes, me as well. But they want to inflate that game time. I honestly don't even know why they added a season 3. Because let's be real, they're not going to add season 4. And if they do, that would just be wasted effort. Like, I don't know. The devs like Bomber Royale, but nobody else does. Like, I still think they need to make it so that there's custom maps. Or, worst of it is just that the maps that are currently in rotation are really, really bad. Have I been getting my tome? Am I not close enough? No, I am. Just still really slow. Oh, hello. Shadowhunter go burr. This is genuinely what I like the most about the Shadowhunters. You can just go into these like easy Uber worlds and just bang. Just shoot the enemy through the wall and just move on. Talk about speed farming, bro. Where is this guy? There he is. Shadowhunter shoots through walls, Lion. That was one of the big changes that they made to him. The funny enough, without the class gem, your shots will now actually phase through enemies. With the class gem, they don't phase through enemies, but they still, both of them still phase through walls. So it's usually this is all I do when I'm like, you know, really trying to be quick to get my dailies done. Just started playing PC coming from PlayStation. What class do you think I should choose? Honestly, dude, if you have enough experience, I'd say pick the class that you enjoy the most. Because frankly speaking, you gotta pick a character that you enjoy so that you don't get bored. Otherwise, that's a little too open-ended for me to answer directly. I'd say give me the options of the classes that you're leaning towards. Or what do you prefer in the game, you know? Like, if you don't care about, like, actual, like, you know, having fun or gameplay, you could use the Knight. Because his gameplay is just holding left click and killing absolutely everything because he's actually really powerful right now. But your gameplay will not change from just holding left click. I don't know, Draco. Tomb Razor's a really good starting class. Candy Barb's a really good starting class. But it all depends on what you're in the mood for. When did they make that change? I thought you only shot fast. No, that was, yeah, it's probably been a while since you played Lion. They reworked a lot of the classes over the years. I think the Shadowhunter rework was actually 2 years ago now. Because last year they did the Gunslinger rework and it was pretty lackluster. But all of the classes are actually in a really good place right now, save for the Gunslinger. Even Neon Ninja is at the point, like, that was the biggest surprise when I was doing the Leviathan Challenge videos, was seeing that the Knight, or not the Knight, the Neon Ninja's ultimate ability actually does a lot of damage. Because I'm used to never using his ult. Used to be a Knight main, swapped to Revenant Lancer / Lancer. Yeah, that's a good option, I think. Because they're both a little more action-y. Personally, I actually really like Lunar Lancer. His gameplay is hella fun. Because he's so fast. Like when you get everything all triggered at once and you're going at like 400 plus movement speed, you be zooming. It's a lot of fun. Ooh. But yeah, the Shadowhunter shooting through walls is the big reason why you'll see so many people use Shadowhunter with the Sundered Uplands 5-star dungeons. It's really easy to just shoot the objectives. What is this? Oh, that's that big dungeon. That one's a bit annoying to grind. Kind of going in circles now, actually. That specific 3-star Fey dungeon would be great if it was remodeled into a 5-star dungeon. Yes, I agree. I still think that there needs to be 5-star dungeons in all biomes because a lot of them could really benefit from it. Obviously, I want Forbidden Spires because I want a gigantic, you know, Japanese castle. Saw someone shooting through walls with Shadowhunter and thought they were cheating. Wall hacks. I mean, that's what the boss radar essentially is wall hacks, right? Because you can see where everything is. Stellar Gear useless now because I remember having to grind, but Crystal is just as fast to get. Yes, so a lot of people still have the mentality that Stellar Gear is good, and for whatever reason, you'll still see people trading Stellar, asking for free Stellar and stuff like that. I think it's just because they probably aren't up to, you know, up to code with everything. But essentially, Crystal Gear is immediately stronger than Stellar, and it's way easier to farm. You can get Crystal Gear like right away because it doesn't require any Magic Find. Magic Find will help, but you don't need a minimum amount in order to get drops. Versus Stellar, where you kind of have to have a certain amount. And I mean, even an unleveled Crystal is better than Stellar, so it's just okay. Video game. Is this dungeon available? Where are you? Where's the boss? Where are you at? I did it! Didn't even point me to the boss, bro. You can actually get Crystal Gear as soon as you get to Geode Surface, because you can just craft some. I don't think this will work, because I'm too far away. Unless the vertical side of it is fine. Nope. Activate Cursed Skull. Yeah, that's okay. I don't care. Yeah, it's only the weapons, Mr. Boy, in Geode Surface. Like, you can only get the crystal weapons, unfortunately. So you still gotta grind the hat and face. I still wish, like, I've talked about this before, but I still wish that there was a fragment system in Trove. So that if you got, like, they did it with the crystal rings. But I want to see that same mechanic with the crystal gear so that you could loot collect Crystal 2, and then you could get fragments to craft Crystal 3. So on and so forth. Because it gets really annoying trying to get a good set of Crystal 4 gear. I don't even bother getting like a set on every character because it's just so atrocious. Oh, this dungeon again. Well, we'll do this and then see where our mana is at. Unfortunately, this one just takes a while to get through, so it's not really worth grinding. But it'll finish up our tome at least. It's so freaking dark in here, dude. Where am I? There we go. I can barely see. That's just a random elite. Oh, there's the boss. It doesn't even mark him. Weird. Okay, let's see after our tomes whether that was faster or not. We spent about maybe like 20 minutes farming each. Oh my god, guys, we got a crystal 3. Got one of these stupid things. Get out of here. Yeah, Neo Ninja is just speed. Crystal Gear and newer character grind is why I stopped playing. Didn't feel like spending 3 months to get a character free to play. It doesn't take that long. But yes, I can understand that. Unless, oh, you're talking about like the new classes. In which case, it actually only takes like maybe a day of salary. All right, let's see if we can. How much did we get? Ew. Okay, so we. It is giving me all of the elemental dust, so I think we were at like 1.1. And we grinded for like maybe 20-30 minutes. But we're getting all of this elemental gem dust type. So even though it feels slower than just grinding the dust outright, it is definitely faster to just rush it. Now, this, you'll notice I got a lot more of the globs. And that's probably because of when I was actually grinding in Geosurface. So it seems it's most beneficial if I grind dungeons and the random mobs. So what I would actually have to do to be the most efficient is this. I hate the fire world. But not a very fun, it's not a very fun world. I still wish someone would make a mod that changes the lava to like a different color. I don't know if that's possible, but it just hurts my eyes so much. Makes me want to puke. Also, hi Tyrant. Sorry I didn't say hello earlier. Bard's impossible to get free to play. No, so what you gotta do, which kind of sucks, is the most efficient way, or at least it was, I don't know if it's changed. The most efficient way of getting the newer classes is literally just free to play grinding the credit pouches. Because all of the resources that are required, nobody's farming them because it's not fun and not like conducive to the rest of the game. You know, like no one's gonna go out of their way to grind bardium, for example, at least at the rates that players need it. And so it's more expensive to just buy the resources because nobody's farming them. Also, I keep forgetting I gotta actually like complete these dungeons amidst doing all of these enemies. See how much faster this is, if at all. Bit ago, I was thinking of a concept of a new class. Ah, yes. Theory crafting for class ideas is always fun, but also so bittersweet because we know it's never going to happen. Remember a while ago saying how both Lunar Lancer and Rev just poke with their spears and how they use a spear properly, so I thought, why not a mermaid class? Mermaids use tridents. Yes, apparently the next class, if the rumors are true, is supposed to be a Lancer class, like another spear class, and I genuinely hope that it actually has more interesting animations. Because I hate the fact that Lancer and Revenant basically just share the same garbage animation. Because there's so many other like cooler, you know, like you think about like any other video game and like spear animations, you can either make them like really, really fancy, or if you want to even be authentic, you'd still like actually fight with it more efficiently. I'm not even like, I don't even know how to use a spear, and I'd still use a spear better than Revenant and Lunar Lancer. At least Revenant's animation makes sense, but Lancer was super lame. Because I still remember the concept that they showed for Lancer was he had the spear hanging over his shoulder. And I thought, oh man, that'd be so cool. He's going to have an opening animation where he like swings it and then stabs and does like fancy stuff. But it was like, nope. Poke, 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 poke. Like... so dumb. There's so many other classes that I wish would get added to the game. At this point, I wish like Trove would go a little more open source and make it so that it was easier for people to like not only just mod stuff, but to like actually design things. Like, you know, going back to Hytale, I think those devs are doing a really, really smart decision by making so much of the game development after release up to modders, because it means that, you know, we'll get content like a lot faster than the developers can deliver, and a lot better, because as we actually play these video games, we as the players have a better understanding of the mechanics and what's good, what's bad, so on and stuff. Like, if we could design classes, even I would get into learning how to do it in Trove. Because I know exactly, there's so many class ideas that I've been wanting for like the longest time. Including the oldest one, which was when the pirate was first being teased. I've talked about this many times on stream. I always thought, oh man, this class is gonna be so cool. His left click's gonna be a melee scimitar, and then his right click is gonna be his blunderbuss. Nope, too complicated. Let's just take the code for the Draco and turn it into a gunner. And then the other thing too is with how Trove is designed, like, I don't know why it's so hard for the devs to realize that most of the classes, like the only complexity that can come from them is just make it so that when you use one ability, it buffs another ability, and then you use another ability to buff the next. That way you actually have to use all of your abilities. Oh my god. Not rocket science. I still just want my Ghost of Tsushima class. Yeah, speaking of Blythe, Mr. Boy, I know, I've always thought like how it'd be really cool to have a character that would kind of transform into a werewolf. I know we already have the Lunar Lancer, but technically he's a fox. I'm talking like a dude where, you know, as you build up a combo or something, you could expend that to transform. Maybe similar to how the Tomb Raiser, you know, generates more of his babies to make his ult bigger. Instead, you could make yourself bigger, where you could go like maybe 3 different variations of like a werewolf form. Maybe they have benefits and weaknesses even. Maybe make it so that like if you're speed farming, you would just expend like one bloodlust, let's say, and then you would be a smaller wolf that would do less damage, but you'd be way faster, you know? But then if you used like a full charge, it'd be like you'd be big and hulking and really, really slow, but you'd like hit like a truck. I don't know, just something like that would be neat. And then it could be like a fist fighting character, so he could be like a normal like boxer type guy, and then when he transforms into a werewolf, he just swipes with his claws. I don't know, they can like, I still think that Trove has like some of the highest potential, especially for the classes, because it's like, bruh, we've already seen like a lot of really good classes added to this game. Like, I just wish that the devs would, I don't know, I just wish we'd get more classes. Like, we need more badass characters, you know? Like, now that they've got the Solarian as like the super advanced class, it's like, can we please have more of that? God, this biome sucks. This played the game so long, he has nothing but ideas left. No, I've actually had a lot of these ideas like come up over the years. I just still remember them because I still would love to see them in Trove. Like, I'd love to see, like, instead of Solarian, which is just big brother to Shadowhunter, why not something more interesting? Like one of those, what do they call it in Baldur's Gate, or like Dungeons and Dragons? Those Arachne characters, you know, where they got a spider body and then they use a bow. Like, give me stuff like that in Trove, you know, something that's a little different, a little out there. Because otherwise every character is just a boring humanoid. I would take certain classes in Trove that would be like, oh yeah, this guy is like an ogre who literally carries a tree trunk as a weapon. And because he's so big, he just can't use a mount. Sure. You gotta make the benefit a lot better, or just give him like some movement speed buffs or something, but it doesn't really work with Trove because unfortunately the name of the game is speed. But I don't know, man. Yeah, exactly. That'd be a quick, easy set of classes that they could do, is just start ripping classes off from Diablo. And no, Diablo Immortal isn't the unspoken game. That's Diablo 4. I actually, like, no joke, dude. I enjoyed Diablo Immortal. I just ran out of things to do in that game because the end game is just, you know, mobile daily grind, which, eh. But I had a lot of fun with it. Diablo 4, though, oh my god. That game is a flop. I actually am, like, pissed, because at least with Diablo Immortal, I played that game for free. With Diablo 4, I paid a lot of money to play that trash. Also, hey, Panda. Yeah, or even rip off some Elden Ring characters and put those in Trove. But all of that implies that the devs actually like play video games. I don't know if any of them do. Yeah, I've heard Diablo Immortal got a lot better since I quit. I just don't really have that much interest in the game, but I actually had a lot of fun with it. Especially like farming specific areas with groups of people. It was really cool. I don't know if this cape mod is available. I know Chronicles got some cape mods available, but I think this one he gave like to me specifically. Which, if I can actually commit and not change my freaking logo like every few months. I'm happy with where my logo's at right now. I think I'm gonna try and keep it. I know it's a bit weird finally dropping the whole skull thing, but it just made less and less sense to me. Because the reason it was there in the first place is because it, you know, my logo was like all related to the Grim Reaper and blah 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 blah. Because my name is Scythe, like, so back when it was Scythe Plays and stuff. But now it's kind of just, yeah. Yeah, no, it is Majora's Mask. That's why I'm happy with it, because it was just kind of like, when I was designing it, I was just like, bro, what would I, like, I guess the mentality I had was like, okay, if I could just design whatever I want, what would I do? And then it's like, Majora's Mask, my favorite villain. So that's what I did. I just squeezed him into the helmet instead, and it took like, oh god, it took me like 10 hours. I'm not even a good like graphic designer or anything, which is why it took me so long, but I'm happy with it. I think it's in a good place. You know, it communicates to people that I like Nintendo. Little dark, little twisted. Especially my sense of humor. And the samurai is just, well, the samurai helmet's just because I'm obsessed. I have a problem. I'm not a weeb for anime. I'm just weeb for, like, Japanese history. Not even Japanese history. Just samurai. Just that period. Thank you very much. That was another thing too when I was playing Craftopia the other day, and then I was playing it with my buddy Bobby, and we were like, I saw like one of the tips in the loading screen, and it was like, bro, there's a katana. I don't use it in Craftopia because I don't like its controls. It's very stiff. I think katanas need to be fast in games. Yeah, we're not even going to talk about Nintendo's Twitter. I don't know what you're even talking about. All I know is anytime I see on Twitter, it's like people talking about the Switch 2, and then it's like, oh, it's just typical garbage, like leakers. Bro, I saw like a tweet the other day, and it was like this stupid, like, I hate these, what do you call it? Like it's like people that farm karma on Reddit, but they do it on Twitter. And everyone's like just such a sheep that they just follow these channels. Where there was like, oh guys, rumors have it that there's going to end up being a state of play in a few months. And it's like, I open up my calendar and I'm like, huh, there was a state of play in February for the last 3 years. So it stands to reason there's gonna be another one. And this is, and then this is all these people do. All they do is just mark it in their calendar, and then they go, guys, this is breaking news. And for some reason, people are like, this is a trusted leaker. They've been right before. Uh-huh. Guys, there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct soon. Yeah, there's been a Nintendo Direct in March every year. It's not news, it's not a leak. It's the same as how, like, I saw people in 2023, people talking about like, oh guys, there's gonna be a Ghost of Tsushima 2, and it's like, bruh, I had a video talking about that a couple years ago because they already announced that they were working on it. Like, what? I don't know, man. Yeah, tinfoil hat moment. Yeah, exactly. It's just so strange to me. Like, how can you be so brain dead? Like, even you know, even with Ghost of Tsushima 2, it's like, are they really making a second one? It's like, yes, it sold extremely well. Of course they're making another one. Money talks, bro. Like, it's just standard industry practice. Like, come on. Oh, I saw somebody earlier mention, I don't know if you're still lurking here, dude, but someone was asking about like Baldur's Gate 3. I tried it. It's not my thing. I understand why it made Game of the Year. I disagree that it should have made Game of the Year. Because, let's be real, people are praising Baldur's Gate as if it's doing something new. It's not. I played Dragon Age. I played Divinity. It's the same game. It doesn't really add much on top of those games. I guess it's been a long time since we had a D&D sim type game like that, though, so most people haven't played those old school games, so they don't know what to compare it to. The thing, dude, like, so there's barely any original ideas in gaming these days. So much of it, like, has already been made. Which is kind of unfortunate. It's like an unfortunate side effect of like the gaming industry becoming so successful. Is now we've got people that are making games for profit rather than making games because they're passionate. If that makes sense. Except for almost every single Japanese developer that actually pours their heart and soul into it because that's how the Japanese people are raised. They actually, you know, they don't cry about like overworking like people in the West. I would know. It's one of the things that I love about my wife is that she works so hard because it means I'm allowed to work hard. Korean games are very fancy. There's not much depth to a lot of the Korean games that I've played in personal experience. But like, you know, your Black Deserts, Crimson Sands coming, or whatever the heck it's called, the Black Desert sequel. Like, you know, these games look spectacular. But then they're very shallow and they rip off a lot of mechanics from like other companies. Even Crimson Desert or whatever it's called. Like, I'm gonna play it. It looks dope as hell. But it's because it's ripping off all the mechanics from Zelda. Which one, Keegan? Which game are you talking about? You're saying that it's a battle royale dungeon crawler PvP PvE, but I guess the other message got grabbed. Unless you're talking about paladins, in which case I've tried that, and it's, yeah, Dark and Darker. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Let me see. Oh, wait, did this game come out? Dark and Darker? Bruh, I was keeping an eye on that one. I didn't know it released. Hell yeah, thanks for letting me know, dude. Yeah, I was looking forward to that one. Yeah, that was like the Skyrim dungeon crawler, but it's actually co-op. I'm down, man. Heck yeah, that's actually exciting. I love dungeon crawlers. Last I heard, that game was like kind of, I don't know if it didn't come out or if it was just like really jank or super early access or something. I don't know. Oh, what were you saying, Miss Brett? That's the other thing I was thinking about. I know class rings exist, but what if they're... Oh yeah, don't even get me started. I know exactly where your mind is going, Miss Brett, because it's the same thought I've had for years and years and years, is why don't they overhaul the gear in Trove so that we have set items and specific gear that only works on specific classes? Why am I not going into an endgame dungeon and farming, you know, for the legendary Shadowhunter bow? Stuff like that. I know. I know exactly where you're going with it. I think that would be so good. I wish. I wish. What about Scorn? What about Scorn? Bruh, I'm probably the only person that has like 5 or 6 dedicated videos to Scorn on YouTube. I loved that game. It's just, I won't even call that a game. It's a work of art. You might be talking about a different Scorn game. I wish we would see more from those developers, but I don't know if we will, because that game was really, really weird and not very popular, but I really enjoyed it. The combat was jank, and that's what a lot of people criticized, but to me, it was about the adventure and about like the art direction. It was just, there's nothing like that game. Just so gosh darn beautiful. Assume you've beaten Scorn already. You got me into it. No, I'm talking about the new one. Wait, what new one? Scorn. I don't know which game you're talking about because when I Google Scorn, it's literally the one from 2020. Which is the art game. Scorn game new? No, I need more than just that. Sorry. Dark and Darker is in its alpha stages, I think. Oh, wait, so is it public now? Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it didn't have, maybe there was no way to play it before. I'm gonna check Steam really quick. No, it's not on Steam. Maybe that's why I don't know about it. Because you gotta get it. Oh, it's on Blacksmith. Blacksmith, what? Like I gotta get it from their website? Okay, either way, yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Thanks for letting me know. You can buy it for 20 bucks on Blacksmith. I don't even know what Blacksmith is, but yeah, I'll look into it. I got the web page open, so I'll look into it afterwards. Is that game always PvP, by the way, or is that just like an optional thing? Because for me, I always like co-op stuff. Either way, yeah, I'll look into it afterwards. Also, yes, Mr. Boy, about Hyper Light Breaker. I wish. A delayed game is eventually good. You know, we gotta just kind of wait. But I'm really looking forward to that one too. How do you get Spoiled Divinity? So they moved it out of the Shadow Towers into the Delves. So you just complete Delves every week and you'll get Despoiled Divinity. Hey bro, staring off into the sunset, huh? Yeah, is Blacksmith like its own launcher or something? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll look into it afterwards. I don't want to get too sidetracked talking about it. The hourly challenges classes are Vanguard and Bard for me, so I can't do it. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's actually funny. So, by the way, you guys know the Dragon Coin video I put out the other day? So, funny enough, when I put it out, Spooky was mentioning, oops, I calculated some things wrong, because I guess he didn't expect me to make a video talking about it. Turns out, it actually takes 3 years to get all the dragons, not 2. Godforsaken game. Hey Anson. See you running around shooting stuff through walls, sometimes blowing in and grabbing items but leaving others of exact same tiers. Confused, what you doing? Oh, it's just kind of a habit. Like sometimes I just zone out and my brain is just like, oh, right now I'm essentially just trying to complete my tome. So that's why I'm speeding the dungeons, and then I'm going for the Mana Beast, which somebody else asking if the Mana Beast radar mod that I have is public. I don't think so. It's not that it's like not public per se, it's that I don't think anyone ever bothered publishing it. It's available on, like, I think it was there like when the test server had the update or something, and then I don't know, somebody just threw it to me in my DMs. Later, Yem. Oh, sorry, not Yem. Keegan. Later, bro. Love you too, man. Do you play Minecraft with any mods? Okay, I guess I can talk to you guys about this. So, as you may have noticed with the Ronin Craft series, it basically completely killed my single player series. Because it's a lot more fun, you know, being part of a community and stuff. I actually feel like I'm working towards like a common goal with everybody instead of just playing solo for the sake of it. So what I was trying to do off camera for the longest time, like this has been something that I've been doing as a pet project, is I've been slowly trying to work on a mod pack so that I could have the single player series be modded, whereas the multiplayer series is not. However, my biggest issue with a lot of mod packs in general with Minecraft, and I've talked about this many times before, is they're unbalanced. So usually it'll be really difficult to try and find a good set of mods that like work with the rest of the game. And I really like stuff that's vanilla friendly, which is not very common. So one of the mods that I've been messing with is there's a samurai mod, which works very, very well with the vanilla version of the game. But it's so minor in what it changes that I don't know if it's enough to keep me interested in a single player series, because I'm already getting that vanilla fix from the multiplayer series. And so I was trying the other day the Minecraft Dungeons mod, which adds basically all of the gear from Minecraft Dungeons. And I did record like a video and stuff, and it seems really cool, but as with most types of mod packs like that, it's extremely overwhelming and there is too many items. Just clogs up my inventory. Everything's really unbalanced, you know? It's like, why would I ever bother going and mining for iron when the gear that I can end up getting out of just random chests in the world is so much better? And that kind of kills the fun for me. So to answer, long story short, I'm planning on making my single player series come back, and it's going to be modded, but I'm trying to find a balance between mods that I'll actually enjoy and stay interested in. Because I don't like overdoing it, and, you know, people always suggest like the create mod and stuff like this, you know, mods that are really nice to the vanilla experience. And that's true, but it also adds a lot to the grind. And that can tend to be overwhelming, especially when I'm playing it single player. And I'm not like, you know, there's no mod that I could do that speeds up the amount of ore that I get or the amount of resources I get, you know? And all that would do is just clog up my inventory anyways. It's a bigger problem with Minecraft itself, not so much like the mods in general. I guess the biggest thing that I'm so disappointed with Minecraft modding is that nobody really makes like one definitive mod that changes like many aspects of Minecraft. Instead, it's always a bunch of mods cobbled together with duct tape. And then it's like, so many times I'll be doing like one aspect of the mod where it's like, oh, I'm grinding dungeons and I'm getting loot and this is so cool. And then I'll go over into another dungeon and then grab an item out of a chest, and it's immediately like the most efficient method of getting gear, you know? And that's so disheartening because it just means like, okay, so why would I ever do dungeons then if I can just get better gear out of chests? Like, it's just, I'm just saying a hypothetical, like that's happened many, many times. And then exactly, like there's so many items that you gotta end up having like 50 different mods to add like backpacks and whatever else. And then you're managing too much inventory. And it's, I don't know, that's not fun to me. Like my favorite aspect of Minecraft is the adventuring aspect. I also do like building, but I'm still not the best at it. And it's just, I don't know, there's just something about like the vanilla aspect that I enjoy. And even mods like create and everything, I like the idea of having a big old storage system and, you know, being able to make automated like machines for grinding resources and junk. That's all really cool, but why? You know what I mean? Like what's the incentive so that I can have better storage? Just I don't know. Anyways, I don't mean to go on such a tangent with it. It's just, it's been something that I've been thinking about and dealing with off camera, because I want to have a modded series, but typically I don't like most modded Minecraft stuff. Anyways, you keep asking about Raid Shadow Legends. I do, like, unsarcastically want to play that once just to see how bad it is. I don't think I'll ever get sponsored by them. Another video that I've been, a video idea, I should say, that I've been wanting to do is kind of like a, play the top rated mobile games. Because I've played most of them, and spoilers, most of them are crap. The funny thing is, so many mobile games you'll see, it's like, oh, 5-star rating, and then you scroll down to the reviews and it's all 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, too many ads, this game sucks. Like, I don't even think Clash Royale is the top rated game. It's like, what is it right now? It's like Monopoly or something stupid. Imagine pay to win Monopoly being like the biggest mobile game. Hilarious. But yeah, that's a much bigger project, because obviously it means I gotta, you know, get a bunch of recording crap on my phone and blah, blah, blah. Is it okay if I invite you when I find a giant fire mana beast? Oh, sure. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I know my response is probably too late now, Miss Rhett, but yeah. buying get out of jail cards. in Monopoly, yeah, it's like, oh, you can't play for like 2 days now, otherwise you gotta. Oh god, yeah, I could see it. Genuinely, that would be funny. I assume it's probably just like riddled with ads. You know, mobile games, they're always like that. You know what? I'm gonna go to the hub and double check and see where we're at for our mana. No, the big games that I've actually been playing on mobile lately, that I would actually genuinely recommend is, what is this called? Guardian War. I've been having a lot of fun with that one actually. It's a it's one of those like it's a complete ripoff of Rumble Heroes, which was a game that popped off a couple years back, but it's got like really good pixel art. And so far you can play everything for free. The grind gets, you know what I mentioned earlier about like the grind steadily getting worse and worse. That's kind of the big problem with that game is, for example, in order to upgrade your damage, it costs like 3 crystals. You go out into the world, you grind 3 crystals. Okay, cool. I'm at the point where things cost 30 crystals each and you can't farm it more efficiently. You're still getting 1-to-1 ratio whenever you mine it. That's kind of the problem with so many games with their padded content, because just spend a little money. Just a little bit. No. I will not. Dude, we're gonna have max mana in no time, bro. What the heck? The other game that I really wanted to play was Assassin's Creed Jade, like the mobile game. I got like, apparently I got like invited into the beta, and then like I don't know what happened to that. It just went away. Monopoly Go gives you an offer to buy something like every other second. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, dude, even with this Guardians War game, as soon as you get a legendary hero, every time you go back to your camp, the game goes, do you want to upgrade this hero for $20? And it's like, for $20, I can get a game. I don't want to upgrade my hero. Like, God. Okay, yeah, so look at that. So we actually started getting enough, more of the mana amber. So it is more efficient to just grind dungeons and the mana beast at the same time. Cool. Raid has no ads, only 100 pop-ups. Yeah, that's those are usually the best. Honestly. I never played Pokemon Go. I never got into that crap. I heard that the Monster Hunter Go game is pretty cool, but I never got into that either. Let's see. I wish you could get a full game for $20. I mean, you can get 2 copies of Terraria, Minecraft. Like, there's a lot of games you can get for 20 bucks that are way better than full-priced games, dude. BRB really quick. I'm just gonna get a drink. Coming in here, Budge? Guess so. Hi, baby. What are you doing? Up. She's like just wagging and pissed. Like she's just going back and forth like, I want up. But I don't want you to tell me. Yeah, I know. Don't get mad at me. Come here. Come here. Wah, there you go. I know. I know, Shadow Dog. Stop it! He's wagging so much. I know. Just go to sleep, okay? I know. I know, calm down. Does my neck taste good? I know, calm down! No! Just chill, baby. I swear there's something wrong with her brain. Like, she will non-stop lick. Right, baby? Yeah, are you gonna chill? She probably wants me to go hang out. She, I don't know why. Like, Buzz is, like, so weirdly codependent. Where she'll be in bed. And then if, anyone's, like, doing anything, like, if I'm, you know, up at night, she's just like, I can't sleep. I want out. What are you doing? Like, FOMO dog. See, like, even right now she wants out of the room because she knows. Go on, then. What are they doing out there? Yeah, so I guess this VOD's probably gonna take too long to process over on YouTube, so we'll just keep going. Maybe go to about an hour, 30 minutes, something. So that we got, you know, 2 hours. And then I'll just put the VOD up of this tomorrow. Give me an extra day to record and render and edit. Hey, Brian. You know what, Miss Red? That's okay. You don't gotta invite me to those fire beasts. Like, it's cool, but it's not super efficient to go through the load times all the time. So it's not a big deal. However, it's Zoa time. I hadn't heard of Assassin's Creed Jade. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Jade was in beta. It's basically a mobile game, and funny enough, is based on China. So it looks pretty cool. As for Assassin's Creed VR, I have a full Let's Play series of that, and that game was amazing. I was really surprised. But yeah, it's Assassin's Creed Nexus. It's a Quest exclusive, which kind of sucks. But I haven't spent enough extra time, or I haven't had enough extra time, but I really want to, like, I genuinely want to play Assassin's Creed Nexus, like, on my off time. Because it's such a good game. Oh. Hello. Yeah, it's all good, Miss Rhett. Lost all my progress, how can I get it back since you've been playing this game for a lot of years? Unfortunately, that doesn't give me any type of a content, like, I have no way of, like, communicating with the devs or anything. You're just gonna have to try and make a bunch of noise over on the Twitter. Or send in a ticket. And they'll probably take, like, weeks to respond to it, unfortunately. It's just kind of how it be. Me playing long does not help with that kind of stuff. Like, the last time that I had something break in terms of my account progress was my Cornerstone. And basically, when I finally got in contact with the devs after like a week or whatever, or their support team or whatever, they were just like, yeah, we can't do anything. It was like, oh, okay. Back in the day, you did. Hey, mister. That's the other thing. Speaking of VR, hopefully I can get the gang ready again soon and play Lethal Company with the VR mod. Everyone's been so busy that I haven't been able to record it. I mean, I could, but I don't know. I don't like playing that game solo. And honestly, it in VR is, I really don't want to play it solo. Yep, I have a one-off video of Asgard's Wrath 2. I refunded it. I didn't like it. It was, I'll say like it was a very generic like AAA game. Like everyone keeps saying, oh, it's the first AAA game on VR, and it's like, no, it's not. There's a lot better games. The main thing that made it feel AAA to me was that the characters didn't stop talking. Because yeah, that's what AAA games do, right? They act like you're interested in their story. I don't know. It's a good game, don't get me wrong, but I'm also not a fan of that period. Like the whole Egyptian style, whatever. Like it's just, I don't know. It's like God of War VR, basically. It's a good game. Just didn't click with me. Lethal Company is not free now, but it's like $10 or something. I want to play Lethal Company, but I don't want to play it solo, and I don't have friends to play with. Well, if you're in the Discord, you can get, I made a Lethal Company roll in the reaction rolls. So, in the off chance that I actually like really crave playing that game, I made the roll so that we can add each other. Like then we can just at Lethal Company. I don't know if that's actually available to everybody. It should be, but I guess it shouldn't just because, yeah, it'd be annoying to manage that. Public lobbies can be a lot of fun in Lethal Company, yeah, but usually what I've found in public lobbies is everyone's like really try hard. So where I get fun is I go into their world and I accidentally step on landmines. But that gets old after a while of them just thinking I'm incompetent. The funnest is when they get really mad about it. But yeah, Lethal Company is a great game, don't get me wrong, but it's like I have a hard time playing it solo because it's genuinely like so boring playing it solo. It's a social game, you know? It's a social experience. And the main issue is that like it's one of those games, I wouldn't say it's a problem with the game, but just like how video games work and our brains work in general, where the more you play it, it becomes a lot harder to have more fun with it, because whereas when you're first starting with the game, it's like you're all learning how to play and you don't know anything. And so everything's like really fun and exciting. But as you get more experience with the game and learn the ins and outs of all the weaknesses of the creatures and whatever else, right? Then it kind of takes a shift into, oh, well, now we know how to win, you know? And it's is like you have to overcompensate. This is just in my personal experience. It's like you have to overcompensate with games like Lethal Company. The longer you play it, the more people you need to make things more random. Because otherwise, you start really seeing like the limitations of the game. Which it actually is still great and it's still very random and everything, but it's just so many rounds can play the exact same that it just gets stale if you don't have like a big enough group to mix things up, because people take more risks when there's a bigger group. Later, Yam. Have a good night, bud. Still didn't complete an Naruto. Man, this is going slow. Blech. Is it worth ditching the crit damage on gear for movement speed, especially for Pirate Captain? I mean, if you're planning on maining the character, it's always worth it. Just because that movement speed goes a long way. And the crit damage is not going to make as much of a difference as you think. The crit damage, like the only time that I would suggest you really focus on getting the crit is if you're trying to be a boss killer. Just takes a while to find a group in Lethal Company that doesn't call the ship out when they die. That's true. Yeah, that was the biggest issue, is you got to find like a group of people that is actually like in public lobbies. I'll say this, because you're not all friends and don't know each other, it's a lot less common, I've found anyways, to find people that are just screwing around and having fun. But there's a balance, right? Like with your friends, you can screw around and have fun while still like progressing and, you know, not going too far. But then when you're with a stranger, it's like you're kind of feeling each other out and you're not sure how far you can take it. So it just kind of, I don't know. Public lobbies serve their purpose, but it's still public lobbies. It's not as fun without friends. Oh, is there a second stat reroll going on? GG. I should probably second stat reroll some of my stuff, but I don't care. That objective's too far. I don't know why I just thought about what was that No Man's Sky sequel called that's coming out? Light No Fire? It's like the stupidest title ever. But I guess No Man's Sky is as well when you think about it. But so help me, I'm super pumped for Light No Fire. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's basically, you know how No Man's Sky basically has like all these planets generate? And they're technically like almost infinite? Well, with Light No Fire, they're kind of taking the same algorithm, but just making one giant planet generate. That's supposed to have like a lot more detail and stuff. And the biggest thing that I like about it is that it's medieval themed. So you're actually like grinding dungeons and getting loot and stuff. I'm very easy to please. You just give me something like to grind and I'll do it. But the thing that I have the hardest time with is like Minecraft, for example. I have a very hard time with that grind because it's usually just grinding blocks, you know? And for whatever reason, that doesn't click with my brain as much as just killing enemies, even though it's literally the same function. Going to a location and doing one specific task over and over and over again. But for whatever reason, when I'm grinding blocks in Minecraft, it's therapeutic. I'll give it that. But I don't like view it as content or like fun, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't mean to get on like Minecraft's case or anything. It's just that's one of the big reasons why I often end up quitting. Which I'm not planning on quitting. You know, I've got plenty of other videos already recorded on the Ronin Craft. I haven't been playing as much on the server just because I don't know. But I'm still recording stuff on it. Hi, Buzz. I know, angry dog. 12:30 a.m. For me, it is 10:30 in the PM. Yeah, we'll finish up soon. There's only so much of this I can grind. I found something with lethal that's not taking a flashlight. Wait, what? Not taking a flashlight or not killing monsters is just terrifying. Oh, the game is still horrifying because of the unpredictability of the beast. I don't like going in with no flashlight just because not being able to see is not fun for me. By the way, side note, just as we're talking about Lethal Company and social horror games, Phasmo finally had probably one of their most noteworthy updates in my opinion, where they overhauled a lot of the lighting and it's night and day. It looks so much better. Now you can actually see when you don't have a flashlight. And then even when you go in the houses, they've got like the moonlight casting through the windows and stuff. It's really, really nice. Almost like they should have had it years ago, instead of adding 50,000 ghosts. I really do hope that they overhaul the VR though, before they try to launch it on consoles, because as is, the VR sucks in Phasmo. It used to be so much better. And then they just kept making it worse and worse. It's like, I don't know if nobody on their team plays VR or they only have like a Vive or something. Like, so they don't have like the experience of a good VR headset, but I don't know. So far it's pretty bad. Is this dungeon not done? Oh, it just didn't mark him. Cool. No, Mystic, I didn't see your other message. Basically, the Mana Beast allies crit damage is bugged and gives more than it should. So it does more damage in U11 compared to Scorpius. Didn't I say that? When the other dude, when we were streaming, so when we were streaming last time, someone was saying that the Mana Beast ally was stronger than Scorpius and stuff. And I said in passing, like, well, the only way that it would be stronger is if it was bugged. And it seems that that is the case. That's funny. That'll get that. Well, I was gonna say that's gonna get patched, but will it? Devs are so unaware of all the issues going on in Trove right now, dude. That's funny though, Mystic. Thank you. That's hilarious. Oh, this game. Because I had a suspicion that it might have been bugged because the amount of damage people were saying that they were doing was substantial. And the only other time that something like that happened was when, what was that mastery ally that we had that gave darkness, right? It was the only ally in the game that had the dark stat. And then, of course, they released it without realizing what that stat did. So it broke the game for a little bit. And then they nerfed it. Now, there is a funny thing, Mystic. It might be, this is copium. It might be that the bug with the ally is that it's not showing its extra stats. It might not be showing the stats properly. Because when you think about it, there we go. When you think about it, the tome that I'm grinding right now also doesn't have a proper description. So maybe the ally is supposed to be the best. But that wouldn't really make much sense considering that the star chart is way more pay to win. So it's okay. When I get the ally, then I'll end up reporting on it and then it'll get patched. The one thing that the devs will actually like watch or hear about. You know, like when the Cosmic Dragon was actually going to be good and then they nerfed him into the ground and now he sucks. I regret making that video. I mean, it's not like I was going to use that dragon, let's be real. Does anyone know, Mystic? Do you know how much of the actual like crit damage you're getting? Like, did you check putting the ally on and off? How much it actually does? I guess if it's a percentage, that would be, yeah. Wait. Sorry, my brain just Windows hard crashed. The 15% crit damage you get from the ally is given from your total crit damage instead of the ally's crit. What? Oh my god, no wonder it's broken. Wow. Isn't that intentional then? Because, hold up. If the ally gives 15% crit damage, then maybe I read it wrong and maybe the ally is supposed to be that good. Right? Let me see. Yeah, no, it's 15% crit damage. So maybe it is just that good. Why would that be a... Yeah, I didn't even think about the 15%. Oh, because it's not just adding 15%, it's taking 15% of your crit damage. Oh my god. Yup. That would be, no wonder that would be God tier. How do they make these mistakes? How does this get past like the testing? It hurts. It hurts my brain. Oh my god. Who says okay? I mean, realistically, yeah, it's not... I don't know if it's that they don't test it. It's that they don't play this game, so they don't notice. There's so many times that the allies are like what's broken, though. I'm not doing that dungeon. That's... I have no words. So yeah, now you guys know that's the best ally in the game. Oh man. That's hilarious though. Well, yeah, everyone will get to take advantage of that then for a little while. And then I'll do a video talking about it being the best ally, and I'll have to make sure that I say, but this will probably get nerfed because clearly it was a mistake. Dude, I wish that we had allies like that actually, that would just give overall percentage. It would actually make it like, well, I was gonna say it would make it a lot less confusing, but it would actually make it more so. We'd get a lot stronger, but I mean, do we need to be stronger? No. There's still no challenge in this game. Still hope that March comes around and we actually get something worthwhile, dude. I want new classes, but I also want like more to grind. Which a new class is the easiest method. Only have 29.8k PR and still in the mid game. Yeah, I mean that's kind of getting closer to the late game, but the late game grind is garbage because it's literally just like mastery and crap. Yes, I'm not grabbing items because I don't need them. Just can't clog up my inventory. March comes in like a lion? What are you talking about, Mr. Boy? I don't understand the reference. But don't worry, guys. In February, we'll have that Elden Ring DLC, right? Copium, copium, copium. I hope those leaks are true. Oh, it's an anime. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I don't get it. No. Stop going for the cursed skulls. Now I've been playing too long, so my brain is like slow. Die, Skeletor. Oh, hey, Zan. Hey, Oseed. What's the mod with the hit marker? It's not public yet. It's the one where you're seeing the DPS on this side of my character. I think it comes with the hit marker. But it's not public yet. Chronicle's working on it as far as I know. Ah! Keep your momentum, bro. Why are golden shells so expensive for how easy they are to grind? Yes. Don't ask me. That's why golden shells are actually a really good resource to grind and sell. I guess because people aren't going out of their way for the ocean world as much anymore. I don't know. Or because now you can use it for, or because you could have used it for the Christmas event. Maybe that's why. So people like brought the market price down. I don't know. Also, hi, IMG. Sorry, my reply is a bit late, but... the bouncing mount is Volatile Bounder. I have other videos talking about it. But in short, it is the Royale Season 3 mount, and when you equip the mount and left-click, it gives you the equivalent of 10 player jumps. So it's really, really good for farming, just to pop on, pop off. Better than Gonda and stuff, just because with Gonda, you know, you gotta spam click, or spam smash your spacebar, I should say. But this way we can kind of just go, go, go. But unfortunately, it's from Bomber, so... What's your favorite instrument? For me, I played piano. Not so much anymore. I've been practicing here and there, but I don't know. It's not as much of my passion anymore. I'd love to like make new songs and record more, but I don't have any of the software for making music anymore. That's all like on my dad's computer at their place. And writing songs takes a long time. Piano just always worked with me because I think because like it's so similar to playing like, you know, games on the keyboard and stuff. It's just pressing buttons. I think guitar has a lot more variation and can sound a lot cooler very easily, but I don't know. I only ever dabbled with it. My brother was the guitarist, not me. Can I still get the mount from Bomber? Yes, that's the only place you can get it. Season 3 is probably never going away, let's be real. Oh, nice, all the horned instruments. Are they, can you play all of those because they, like... translate the skill from one instrument to another easily? Is that why? Or are they all different and it's like you had to learn each of them? I'm sure they all have their nuance, but... Yeah, I don't do the music stuff as much anymore. I keep thinking about doing like, it's just kind of a project in the back of my mind. But I keep thinking like, well, if I don't want to write music, at the very least I could make a music video to, you know, my old songs that are still on the channel. I don't know. I think it'd be fun, but I'd have to come up with some funny ideas to make it entertaining instead of just generic music video. Half of those instruments translate to each other. Yeah, like if you can play guitar, you can usually play bass. I mean, outside of the strings being like horrifically harder, but... But if you're a bass player, you'll always have a job, because nobody wants to play bass. Is your mount expensive or available to the average player? Let's see, is anyone actually selling them? Probably not. Because in order for somebody to have a tradable version, it means that they have to unbox it in the pay-to-win boxes. So you're just gonna have to dedicate the time to Bomber. You could always grind the tome, but it is a weekly tome, so it's gonna take a long time. That's why it took me so long to get the Bomber Royale dragon, is because I got all the tome tokens literally just from my tome, rather than actually grinding Bomber, because Bomber's boring and nobody plays it. You can actually grind the tokens pretty easily just because the amount of boss that are in Bomber. It's just you're gonna have to put in the extra effort of actually doing it. But you can actually, I think Joe did like AFK farming. So you just hop in a Bomber Royale match and you just kind of stand there and wait till somebody kills you. And then on average, sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. On average, you'll still get like more than just one token. Otherwise, you could just super lazily go in a Bomber match and walk off the ledge. And then you get one token every time, which means you have to do like 200 games. Which the problem isn't the 200 games. The problem is problem's getting random people in the matches so that the games can start in the first place. So usually you gotta do it around prime hours and stuff. Kind of sucks. But it's not as bad as you would think. It's just like, for me, I was really lazy when I grinded it, and I didn't bother actually getting the tokens because it was just like, ugh. I just don't like Bomber anymore. Bomber used to be good. Speaking of water worlds, when I was thinking of the mermaid class, I wondered what biome would go along with it. Something underwater, I would hope. Sunken cities, like the ones in Adventure Time. Yeah, that'd be cool. Give me sunken temples, like we actually have some underwater temples in Trove, like underwater dungeons. I'd like to see more of that because the underwater is actually like really cool. But nope. That's what I remember thinking, like back when they were long time ago. I can still remember when they originally were adding water to the game, because when I was playing, there was no oceans in the game. And eventually the way that they would generate is you'd be on like, it'd be like this. So this would be like normal ground level, and then it would go boom, and then down there would be like one depth deep of water, just because they didn't have like deeper fluid than one block. And I remember I remember when they were talking about adding oceans to the game, and they were talking about adding swimming and all this stuff, and then it comes out and swimming's just infinite jumping in water, and it was just such a letdown. I'm okay with it, you know. It's not like swimming would have made the game any better or anything, but it was just like, just so lame, like for them to cut corners like that, acting like there was gonna be something more to it. Probably do this last string of dungeons here. My coefficiency, I don't know, whatever it says there. I'm not maxed out or anything, and I don't really care. I should dedicate my club world to designing dungeons and stuff. If you want to, Miss Rhett, like genuinely, if you want to get into the dungeon design, /MF will take you to the Metaforge. Don't ask me how it works. I don't even know if there's any good tutorials on YouTube for it because it's really complicated. But if you can learn how to use the Metaforge, that's how all of the dungeons are designed in Trove. It's, as far as I know, it's kind of like a creative mode, and then you can use the Metaforge to export the dungeon, and then you go to the Trove forums, and you gotta like submit it and stuff like that, and it's just, yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary steps that they should clean up with it. I would design dungeons if I knew how to use the Metaforge, or at least I would have. I don't know if I would now. Because I've kind of already built myself to burnout with Trove. Kind of the same as when I used to do modding with Trove, you know, like I'm kind of just like, all right, I did everything I wanted to do. I'm not, it's like the amount of effort that goes into modding versus the inspiration doesn't outweigh the amount of work that would have to go to it, you know? So for me, it's like back in the day, you know, when I made the Overwatch mod, it was like, oh man, I'm so pumped on Overwatch, and you know, we can make all the classes like Overwatch characters. Oh, this is so cool. And it was like, this is a lot of work, but so help me, it's just so cool, I want to keep doing it. And now it's kind of at the point where it's like, I don't know, like, yeah, I could do some type of a mod costume or something, or not. I guess one thing that I could do, I could make a samurai costume for the Shadow Hunter. That might actually be cool. Like, based on my logo and colors and stuff, that'd be dope. I could do that. I gotta relearn how to use Zoxel or whatever. Whoops. Kind of a low tier, like, not super important, but I could do that. Are Mana Beast mat drops the same as all Ubers? No. If you're asking about, like, each of them has, like, there's different elemental dragons, or dragons, Mana Beasts. And they're different based on each of the biomes, or elemental worlds. I think it's crazy you've been a super OG of this game, seeing all the updates come and go. Yeah, it's true. I mean, at this point, it's like I can't really quit Trove because I've played it for so long. I still enjoy it too. Like, as much as I have all my criticisms towards this game, it still is one of my favorite games, which is why I keep playing it. Because, you know, I've said this time and time again, but lots of people always ask, like, how do you keep playing this game? And it's like, I just still find it fun. And then, you know, people further try to take it and be like, oh, well, why are, you know, you're just still playing it because it's like your YouTube and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, to a point. But when you think about it, like the example that I always like giving people is Warframe and Destiny and all those other free to play like MMO games. Warframe in particular, if I stuck with that, I'm certain I could have been like one of the big boy content creators for Warframe, and ultimately there's a much higher player base for that game. And generally speaking, like I would have made a lot more, well, money and probably been a much bigger channel. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I got bored of Warframe, and I can't force myself to play games that I don't find fun anymore. I used to force myself. But then my mental health started taking a huge dip because it was just like, you know, I'm unhappy. I am doing things I do not want to do, kind of thing. And so I moved away from that like a long time ago, and I've been better for it. But yeah, the only point I'm getting at is just I still like Trove. What can I say? I just still find it fun. We got a bunch of Paragon pins. Nice. Slowly getting all this stupid mana to fill up my inventory. That's fun. But yeah, it's pretty crazy how long I've been playing this game. Somebody asked earlier and I didn't respond, sorry. I think I'm at like, I think since last year in October, 9 years now or something ridiculous. Hopefully we still have many more years of Trove, but unfortunately if they keep making updates like they did last year, then I'm a bit worried for the future of this game. Not gonna lie. I still, like, the thing too is I still think Trove, like, even to this day, it still has the potential to be, like, one of the biggest games out there. I wish Game Ago saw the value in this game, and I wish they would just make Trove 2. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they're making, like, Smite 2, for example. And the only reason that they're doing that is because, basically the game is so old that the game engine's limitations are just at their breaking point. They can't really do much that they want to do because of how old the game engine is. And Trove's kind of got that problem as well, which is why so many of the updates are kind of just shifting what already exists. But I'd love it if they would like redesign Trove from the ground up and make it in like Unreal Engine or something. Still voxel, maybe not even Unreal Engine, but just something where it would have a better lighting engine and actually be able to run well and be optimized. I think that would be really cool. Also, I'm kind of skimming over your guys' comments there because you guys are having your conversation about life stuff. What's your favorite dragon? Probably the dark dragon, right? Let me actually see. Like the heck is it? The one that you get from the rewards. All right, I keep forgetting this dragon's even in the game. Yeah, there it is. Everdark Dragon, that's it. That one's pretty much my favorite. Just because, look at this thing. I'm also biased just because, you know, purple's my favorite color. But I still think to this day, this dragon's just like the coolest. Just with all the shading and everything about it. It's just, you know, looks really cool. I wonder, let me actually see what other dragons we got. Are there other ones that I like? I mean, there's a lot of dragons I like. I like the block dragon's VFX. Like, he's got cool fireballs. This one's cool, actually. I think this dragon was kind of neat. Not great, but he's kind of neat. Oh, the Starfire Dragon. No, I don't like it. Oh, this guy's really cool, too. The Daily Login Dragon. White Pegasus Dragon. He's one of my favorites because this dragon, weirdly enough, reminds me, just because it's color palette. So there's this show I used to watch called Beast Wars. It's one of my favorite shows. I would actually recommend watching it because it's genuinely really good and got really good writing. It's basically Transformers. But one of the characters, my favorite character, Dinobot. He's a raptor. Because all their, you know, they all transform into animals. And at one point later on in the series, he turns into like this really brutal, like evil mechanical robot dinosaur that just is really, really cool. But he's got kind of this color palette. So for whatever reason, that's why I like the Pegasus Dragon. I don't know why that just triggers in my brain, but really? That's it for the dragons? Nah. And we all know this is the best dragon. Right? This mess. The jump it's got is actually crazy when you think about it. Like, it goes really high up with the floaty jumps, but Dang, dude, we can actually get all the way to sky limit with this guy. And we probably still have quite a few jumps left. That's funny. Do we have enough to fly over? Do we have enough height to fly over to the edge of the biome? We'll find out. Which pack do I need to buy to get your Shadowhunter skin? That's the, I put out a video more recently, the Renewus pack. Sorry, I forget what the name is of it, but check my most recent like pack review video. That's the pack. Hey, Azur. Surprised that you still play this game. I have to agree though, Trove looks and can be fun. Really does have the potential to be one of the best games out there. But whenever I boot this game up every once in a blue moon, I just remember why I don't like it and how tedious grinding is. Yes, I know. There's like, you know me, I'm always candid with you guys and gonna be honest when I talk about like the things I don't like about Trove, and there are a lot of things I do not like about the design philosophy of this game. My main things that I do enjoy about the game that I wish the developers would lean into is the control of the character, the combat, and the visual style of the game is all very, very unique. You know, we don't have other voxel MMOs. And I wish that they would, more so than anything else, I wish they would lean into the fact that this is an MMO instead of constantly acting like it's not. You know, as they keep adding like the tax update and all this other crap that essentially just makes the game like less and less accessible. Like, ooh, we removed player trading. Like, it's only a matter of time. Right, I forgot Merc ended up making that. This, I still wish the devs, like, if they actually knew what fun was. So this is actually a project that me and Merc did. You guys might remember. With the coin collection challenge, we've actually got 4 different mini games all in the same biome. So what happens is this would basically, like, if you load up a coin challenge here, you could spawn in any of these 4 arenas. And we thought that was really, really cool because they're all like so varying from one another. And it gives you the opportunity of just playing like multiple mini games. But devs were just like, we'll take this one and make this its own like arena. And it was like, okay. I forget whether this one ever got in. It really should have, because I'm actually extremely proud of this build. Let me see if I can get my way in here. I don't think people can get out of here with 2 jump. But yeah, this was, Merc made this. It's Dupless's area from Paper Mario or some crap. I don't know. I never played it. He made this one as well, which was just funny. And then we made these 2 together, which this is just the Mario map. Well, kind of. It's like a Mario parkour thing. It's really, really short. Has a little bit of secrets and stuff like that. And then this one's based on Donkey Kong Country. But this, I think, is still, I think this is my proudest, like, PvP area, like, coin collection challenge. Because it's a canyon, and I just love how it all came together. You know, like, with the little housing and stuff. We got train crossing over the bridge in the center. Some hard-to-reach coins down here. And the way it all ties together was just, like, so fun, because it's kind of like a linear progression where you start over there, you come across, you know, there's secrets everywhere, obviously, but then you go into this worm's mouth and you come down here, and now you still get a nice view of the chasm and everything. And then you go through this cave here, you know, all sorts of little Easter eggs and references. And then you're down at the bottom, and it's just, I don't know, I really, really like how this build came together. Like, this one was just so fun to make. And then even the little touch of making the Trove sun. So it's the Trove logo, but it's the sun. you know, and then having all of these hanging. So the idea is that it's kind of like all toys, right? But I think this is probably like my favorite coin collection build map. I'll say that because the PvP maps are something different. Let me actually, I'm curious to see the PvP maps. I think for PvP, it would be... I can probably just fly over there. Well, no, let me see. I think as far as fun factor, the Hanamura map, I just had so much fun not only making this map, but just playing this map. Like it's very well designed, which I mean, obviously a lot of that credit is just owed to Hanamura being a good map in Overwatch. But I like how it translated into being a trove map. So like everything's designed around having to jump. You can get on all the roofs and stuff. Each of the classes all had their benefits. Like Lancer could get on the roofs really easy, you know. Ice Sages would be usually down here freezing everybody, and everyone would get mad because Ice Sage is broken in PvP, and it's just really happy with how this one turned out. And have some of my fondest memories of PvP in there, but oh, the Office map was a really good one as well. Also, oh, right. Wait, was this the... No, not that one. Where is it? Hot Dog City's a good map too. I love all of these maps, but I think... Where is it? This one was also... We spent a lot of time on this one. This was fun as a collab effort, because I remember building this with Joe, Sithis, Merc, a bunch of other people, like all the OG players, and this was when PvP first got added to the game. And it was a lot of fun because it was a good learning experience for me, because as we ended up like playing the map, we evolved the map. You know, like adding certain choke points, pathways down through like the mines and stuff like that. I don't know, it takes me back because these maps were like so fun back when PvP wasn't a broken sham. But yeah, if I'd say my favorite build, kind of obvious, the giant kitchen, which I still hate that the devs made me nerf this map. And that they themselves turned this into, like, it used to be a coin collection challenge where you would fly from the top, gathering coins and stuff, which is such a shame because this is like such a good PvP map. You know, even all the orange juice spilled on the floor. The thing that I really liked about this map is that I always tried to push, like, each of the classes would have their benefits. So, like, Draco, you know, if he touches fire, he's got the passive, so he could run super fast and get over to the other side. Because CTF was where it was at, dude. And then originally I had it so that the only class that could get up onto the fan here was Lunar Lancer, so that each class again had like different benefits. But then they were like, oh, we gotta make it so that every class can access this, and it was like, oh. And then they made it a coin collection challenge from up here, and it was really lame. But yeah, this build sucked. I did the majority of it. But I did have some help that went a long way in terms of like the thousands of blocks that it took to place. But the other thing too that I always enjoyed with my maps is you'll notice it's all color coded. So that's the blue side, that's the red side, you know? Which I always felt was really, really important with a PvP map. So that you always, like, as the player, even if it's your first time experiencing the map, you're not overwhelmed, and it's very easy and intuitive to know, like, where you are and what's going on. So even, like, you know, even the way that the oven's designed and stuff, like the lava obviously is red, but all of these are like blue, silver, and stuff like that. And then all of that is the Auburn colors and junk, whatever the heck they're called. But this is also back when the air gust blocks used to actually look a lot smokier, so that was why it was for the oven. But yeah, those were the days, man. I miss playing like these PvP maps with you guys and stuff, and it wouldn't be the same if we did it now, you know? Because unfortunately the PvP really doesn't work. But it's a shame that they moved away from all of this into like the Bomber. And Bomber Royale would be great. Could you imagine if we could have Bomber Royale on all of these maps? That would be so cool. Because then there would actually be a reason to design interiors. Because most of the time we would just cheat it and not design interiors. This one was Val. I remember he really impressed me with this one because he basically just designed this all himself. But again, you know, the only thing that I hammered home with him was color coordination being important. So again, that's the red team side. This is the blue team side. You can see all the different colors of the streets and everything. So it also adds a little bit of charm to it because it kind of makes it like, I don't know. It makes it so that it's like a little more distinct. Like having the neon red obviously is a little weird for a modern city, but yeah. Makes sense. That was a good map too. I don't think we ever did anything on the Shadow Coliseum. War of the Ages map is destroyed. This was like 2 pirate ships that Merc made. The Office map, I had a lot of fun with this one. This was a good map too, but that's also just because it's Office. This one, I don't know if I had help with this one. I think this is a map that I tackled mostly myself. I mean, a lot of the maps I did tackle mostly myself, and everybody helped with placing blocks. But because I'm so particular with how the placement of everything needed to be, and again, you know, color coding. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, like around then, because I feel like that's when Trove kind of really hammered home like the community aspect. And then we even actually made a race map, which is the Mario Kart map. This one I think was one of the last big builds that I made before I started like feeling burnt out from building. And then the Mario Sunshine Plaza, which I still haven't finished, and I don't know if I ever will. I was chipping away at it a little bit, but anyways. That's a nice trip down memory lane. But yeah, regardless, have you played that pirate ship map with everyone as the pirate? Last one to die to scurvy wins. Wait, which game? Is that like a Trove thing, Torton? I don't know what that is. But yeah, it's just, I miss, I don't know. I'm not gonna say like, it's not like I get super nostalgic for it or anything, but there was a height, like a peak point with Trove that it's just different now. It's not that it's like worse. Oh, the pirate map. Let me actually see. I don't know if it would work for what you're saying. But this was a crazy build. Like Merc started going nuts with his maps. Like, I don't know what it is. He just got in a crazy build mode. So he made these 2 ships. I think, no, that's Office. Where the heck is the other one? He made like a big spurt of maps like all at once. Is it these ones? Is this one? Yeah, this is the area. So, oh, I don't know if we can get inside here, but it's very neon. He kind of did something really weird with that one. Oh, I remember this. So they, there used to be these blocks in the game. I don't think they're available anymore, but they were going to make target practice blocks, but they couldn't figure out how to make it work without being a laggy mess. And then otherwise, that's what this map was going to be, was a target shooting map. Again, Merc made this, not me. Yeah, he went nuts. He made this one as a coin collection challenge. I'm pretty sure this got into the game. He made this one as well. Like he just started going nuts for whatever reason. He just really got into a build mode. And I don't blame him. I was building like crazy for a while. But I still remember, I think this was one of his last builds, is he just built this out of nowhere. And then we kind of tried to tie it all into each other. That's the thing, like I wish Trove had, I've talked about this so many times, I wish that it had a like a method so that we could actually have these builds realized in some sort of like playable functional method. Like that's where the PvP maps were so freaking cool, because you could actually design something that had playable functionality to it instead of just building for the sake of it, you know? And that's what they kind of killed when they added Bomber Royale to the game and never added custom Bomber Royale matches. Like, bruh, even Tiny Town here, this would be great as a Bomber Royale map, because all the buildings and everything could just get demolished. Like, I'd love to be able to design Bomber Royale maps, because, you know, they'd be better than the ones that the devs make, because I actually play this game. And I know the ins and outs of all the player movement and everything. So, yeah. It's such a shame, you know? Even, oh, dude, even, was this Exodus's thing? Or Excalibur or something? What was his username? Oh, does it not have his username here? Dang it. I don't remember. But yeah, I remember he just built this randomly one day and it was just like, dang, dude, that's so cool. I don't know if this would work as a PvP map. Maybe. Be kind of neat. But yeah, I just, that's the biggest thing, is I just wish that there was more function. It's kind of the same, it's actually kind of the same as Minecraft. So, you know, a big issue that a lot of the big Minecraft channels talk about, which you see very often, is how you'll design like a village and stuff, and then it's just empty and nothing's happening. And you can't really make it feel alive outside of like if you bring villagers over. So that's what was really nice about like the PvP maps, I think, is that it was like very lively and actually like, oh, you know? So I would love to see that brought back into the game. Like if we had custom bomber maps, that would just be so cool. I might actually feel inspired to build again instead of just not. I like how this low-key turned into a tour, which we still got to do like a world tour for this year, but yeah. Anyways, I guess that'll do it. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Love you. Hope you had fun. And yeah,